Welcome to Small Talk with George. Wanted to talk today about when I was a kid. Elementary school was kindergarten through 5th grade, junior high was 6th through 8th, and high school was 9th through the 12th grade. I remember a bully from 6th grade. He'd find me between classes and almost every day knock the books out of my hands. One day I had had enough. I asked a classmate to carry my books to the next classroom, and sure enough, when I walked out into the hallway, the bully showed up. Not being encumbered by my books, I planted my fist on the side of his face and calmly walked to my next class. He never bothered me again after that. In 8th grade, I was asked to serve as the school monitor. Part of the job was to make sure there were no fights at recess. The school also had a rule against bringing food outside at recess. One day, a fellow student brought a cupcake out to recess. He purposely took it out where I could see it. I asked him to put it away. He said, "Make me." I told him if he did not put it away, I was going to mush it in his face. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, he proceeded to eat it in front of me. So I had to follow through with my threat, which ended up in somewhat of an altercation. A teacher broke it up and sent us both to the principal. I assumed I'd be in trouble. After all, I started it. But the principal asked each of us what happened, and then concluded that if the other student hadn't brought the food out in violation of the rules, none of this would happen. He got in trouble. I didn't. My high school was several miles away, and we rode public buses. The closest bus stop was about a mile from my house, and the fare was 10 cents. You can guess how far back that goes. So I often hitchhiked to save the fare. I'd have to walk that mile to get down there, but then the main road went all the way down to the high school. So I would simply hitchhike. It wasn't so bad back then. There were 4 different guys that usually picked me up. Sometimes I'd get in one car and see one of the other guys right behind us. He would wave to me. I'm not recommending hitchhiking now, but back then it felt pretty safe, and I did save 10 cents a day. One time in study hall, I believe this was, 9th grade, I was bored. Not all of us were in cubicles, like they have in the libraries. But this particular one had an electrical outlet. I had some gum with me, and it had an aluminum foil packaging on the inside. For reasons I still can't explain, I folded the foil, stuck one end of it in the outlet, and the other end in the receptacle. It sparked, smoked, tripped a fuse, the lights in the classroom went out. They never did figure out that it was me that did it. I've never been into physical stuff. Gym, to me, felt like a waste of time. Our gym had a running track with numbers on the wall. It was sloped all the way around the big gym, and they had these numbers. So on the first day, the gym teacher asked each of us to stand in front of a number, and then proceeded to go around the room, the gym, and write down the names on the numbers that were being blocked by that student. Every class, when class was about to begin, we were supposed to stand in front of our number so the attendance could be recorded. If your number wasn't covered, you were marked absent. I didn't bother on the first day of going to class. Or especially, I don't know if I went or not, but I didn't stand in front of a number. So I never went to gym but I was never marked absent. Now, students weren't allowed to leave the building, but that didn't stop me. There was an exit at the end of an unused hallway. A friend and I would prop it open to get back in, but we would exit that when we were supposed to be in gym. One time we came back with just a few minutes before the next class and realized the door was locked. The only thing we could do was go to the main entrance, which comes up several stairs, and it goes right by the principal's office. Now, as we were heading up the stairs, there were a few students who had arrived earlier, and apparently the principal came out of the office, and when these other students saw him, they ran. We walked up the stairs casually past him. He stopped us and asked us which way they went. We pointed down the hallway. He followed them down the hallway. I guess it never occurred to him that we'd been outside, even though we were just coming in the door. It's still amazing to me that I never got caught. Senior year, the gym teacher asked if I'd ever attended gym class. He hadn't seen me in class, so he asked me. Well, I admitted that I had skipped gym for 4 years. He said, well, what did you do while our class was in gym? I said, well, we left the building. Sometimes we'd go bowling, and sometimes we would just walk around the downtown area. He shrugged his shoulders, said, well, I guess that's good exercise. No trouble. By now you might be wondering, how could God use someone like me? Well, that's what I'm getting to, and in the future episodes I'm going to explain that. It's amazing what God can do if we'll just let him. My theme verse is 1 Thessalonians 5:24, and it says, the one who calls you is faithful, and he will do it. I'll talk about what that means to me soon. So now remember, the one who calls you is faithful, and he will do it.